All right, let me ask y'all a question. Comes to children, and you let them outside. Does it matter if you let them out on the front yard and you tell them don't go anywhere, that you, I guess in a sense, shouldn't be right there watching them what they're doing? Because once you tell them to go to the front yard, they're going to go in the front yard. You know, of course, a lot of people, a lot of parents, they'll tell them go out to the front and go no further than the front. And what they'll do, the parents will look out the window to make sure that they are in the front, and they'll do it for like a few minutes. And then once they got confirmation that the children is out there in the front yard, what 9 times out of 10 did they do? They're probably gonna go on by their business and do whatever they're doing in the house. What if it's cooking, cleaning, probably even, you know, go to sleep, which I think that's a bad idea. But you know, hey, we all live different lives. You know, we don't know how people work. We don't know what they dealing with, or if they always dealing with fatigue or whatever. Mandy Hall, what up, Veronica? You know, hit the likes up. Y'all come in. You know, bring some more people in. You know, we just don't know what they dealing with. But at the same time, do you think just because they're in the front yard that you don't have to watch them? Do you think a parent should be sitting out there with their kids even though they outside in the front? Do you think they should be sitting out there with their kids? I'm going to tell you a story as to why I'm asking this question. I was coming home this morning from work. I was coming home from work this morning. And of course I'm tired because I stayed over a little than what I was supposed to have stayed over. I almost did a 12-hour shift. So, you know, got a little overtime. So, you know, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. So I'm going home this morning. And I was going down this street called Lake Valley Drive. I was going down this street. During the course of my travel of going home, I seen these kids, these boys out here playing basketball in the driveway. They doing anything wrong? No. But I saw this little girl standing on the street. Not just all the way in the street, but she was standing like right there where the curb at, but she was still in the street. She wasn't actually on the curb. She was right there on the street portion. So I'm driving. I see the little girl. And I bullshit y'all not. This what this girl did. As my car got closer to their destination, this girl walked down the street and did like this with a stick on her hand and made me hit my brakes. I was like, what the fuck? She watched me come down the street. And as I got closer, she had a little stick on her hand and she walked closer and did this with a stick. And I stopped because, first of all, it scared the shit out of me, first of all. And second of all, it pissed me off at the same time. Because she did it, and it seemed like she did it with no remorse. It didn't scare her. When she did it, she went back to the curb. So I stood there for about a couple of minutes and looked at her like, I literally want to get out of my car and find me a switch and whoop your ass for what you just did. So the little boys out there playing basketball, they said something to her. In which I think they should have, and maybe that was her brothers. They said something to her. So now, remember what I said? She didn't show no remorse. Well, she only showed remorse because the guy who was next door in the garage must have heard the commotion. And when he came out, she did this. And I was just looking like, so you didn't show remorse that you almost could have just lost your life right now. But you showed remorse because you saw that man come out the garage. I said, something's wrong with this picture. Something wrong with this picture. You didn't get scared with a fast moving car coming down the damn street. You could have got your ass knocked off. That didn't scare you. But because you saw an adult come out, you got scared because of that. Now, how the hell does that work? How does that work? And apparently, this is not the first time. What up, Velasco? This is not the first time that that baby has done this. She must have done this several times before for her not to be scared that that happened. And I was just froze. I was froze when she did that. Okay? Maybe I should have got in the car and said something to the guy. I don't know if that was her daddy or was it just a next door neighbor who just happened to be outside when this happened. But as I think about it now, I should have stepped out of the car and said something to him. I don't think he necessarily saw what happened, but I think he got the gist of what happened. Now, he said something to the little girl. I don't know what he said because I had my windows up. But thinking about it now, I wish I had got out that car and asked him, did you see that? And to see what his response would be. Because maybe he didn't see it. And I could explain to him what happened, and maybe he could have went over to where they stayed at and said, hey, you know your baby out here jumping out in front of cars, about to get her ass hit. But I didn't do that. You know, when I talk about it now, I kind of feel fucked up that I didn't do it. But even more surprising, the two boys, they didn't even say, look, I'm finna go tell whoever in the house that you did that. You didn't go in the house. They just kept on playing basketball. Now, granted, I guess I can't put no responsibility on them. I guess I can't put no responsibility on them because, you know, they youngins. They want to do what they doing. I mean, they still in school. It's the weekend. So, you know, they probably look at it like, well, she didn't get hurt, so let's continue doing what we doing. And I guess I can't knock them for that because I was a child once. So I guess with them, I was expecting a little bit too much. But then again, if this is your sister, and if y'all have seen her do this, then you would think those little boys would be like, hey, mama, so-and-so almost got hit. And she would have came running outside. He or she would have came running outside. And I could have told them what happened. Your daughter was right there on the curb, on the street, portion of the curb. Your daughter saw my car come, and when my car got closer, she walked up to the car while it was going speed, sticking out a stick. I guess she was trying to be funny. But her being funny could have cost her life. I drove home and just thought about that for a good while because that fucked me up. That really fucked me because I never seen that. I never seen a child who would see a car coming at full speed and you try to walk in front of it. Well, not in front of it, but you try to be funny and walk by the car while it's going at full speed. So I had to ask the question. What was the mentality of that little girl? What's the mentality of that little girl? I don't know. I don't know. But if this is something that she do on a regular, then this need to be corrected quick, fast, in a hurry. Because if she gonna do that one too many times, and it is gonna cost her life. It is gonna cost her life. So I just seen Mahogany say, my backyard is the gate, my front yard is main traffic. And you just gave me something about right there, Mahogany. You got a backyard. Why not let the children go to the backyard? So, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't going fast nowhere. I could have stopped, you know. Because if I would have hit that baby, man, I probably would have fainted. I probably would have fainted if I would have hit that little girl. And 9 times 10 probably would have saw my grandma when I fainted. I don't know how it feels to have a baby or a child die before you. I don't know how it feels. But I remember a long time ago when I was a child, my grandma was doing a daycare, and I think one of the babies had died on her. So if she was still here, then yeah, she probably could tell me how it felt. But I don't know how it feels. And then plus I don't have any children, so I wouldn't know how it feels to lose a child. But I can only imagine. I can only imagine. And leaving that child unattended like that, or leave all of them unattended like that, and the boys ain't even paying attention to what she doing. And that's not going to look good in the future for them. It's not going to look good at all. Man, not a good look at all, man. And for some reason, like I said, I'm kind of beating myself up as I talk about it now, because I should have stepped out the car and said something. At least bring awareness to what she did. I should have stepped out the car and said something to that man that was out there. That's what I should have did. And asked him, did you just see what happened, sir? Did you just see what happened? This girl came walking towards a car at full speed. Could have got her ass knocked off. And everybody doing their own thing and ain't even paying attention. Man, that's fucked up. That's a fucked up feeling, yo. It is. Cuz said, right, she could be autistic and parents were unaware that she was out there, or she may have never had an episode like such. We tend to overlook cries for help, which that could have been a cry for help. Could be. Could be. But, Jesus. But tempting death, though. So, well, you right, cuz this story I'm finna tell y'all now. I saw this on somebody's timeline, and when I saw this pretty little girl in this picture, you know, they touched me. What I saw, it really touched me. And it reminded me of what happened to me this morning.